Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? My name is Bilify, and today we are here to counter the Alchemist glove. Let's get it! These are going to be the awesome goobers that are going to be helping us to figure out how to counter this specific glove. And this is going to be an intriguing one to counter because we're not even countering the glove, we're countering potions. We got Bio, Jaden, and Kryptonol. I appreciate you. Let's get into this. So with this Alchemist glove, there's really, I would say, about 8 potions as a fighter you're going to need to worry about. That's going to be the slow, the explosion, the lethal, the invincibility, the freeze, the power, the paralyzing, and the confusion. Those are going to be big factors that we're going to have to look at. The other ones still benefit the Alchemist, but they're not as deadly to you, and nothing that you really would ultimately have to worry about. That's in my opinion. So before we dive into every single counter for all the potions, I'm going to show you the gloves that work for most of these potions, and these are going to be the gloves that you would want to rock just standard against a Alchemist user. In a lot of cases, Magnet can be very good. It's not one of the top options, but it can be good. But in almost every single scenario, Golden is going to be great. If you have your Golden ability activated, you can't be splashed by potions. And even with some of these potions, if you do get hit with them, you can activate it during and still be safe. So Golden is a fantastic option for like every potion that can be thrown. Do not use Reverse. Reverse blocks 0 out of 16 potions. In a lot of cases, the Diamond, Custom, and Mega Rock can work, but there's a lot of cases where it doesn't. So I'm not going to fully recommend it. I'm just going to say it will keep you safe in a lot of scenarios. Phase is another fantastic option that you could use. If you are in your phase permeable mode, you can't be hit by any potion. And even if you do get hit by some of the potions, you can still use this ability to escape. So Phase is a top option. Since Alchemist is a base slap, Elude is going to be pretty big. The only thing that happens with Elude is they do get hit by potions. So if they come up to you with a lethal potion and hit you with it, you're going to die. Or if they come up and hit you with an explosion potion, you're going to fly away. But other than that, those are the only 2 potions you would really need to worry about as an Elude user. So this isn't the top, it's just a very good option. Boogie can be really good because if you're in a pickle with this, all you would have to do is place down your Boogie above you, and it takes away all the gloves. The only thing you might have to worry about is if they have like a lethal potion, because sometimes if it takes their gloves, they can still throw potions in some way, shape, or form, and they can still hit you. Also, if they're hovering the outside of your Boogie, you're gonna have to hover the other side. So not the best, but can save you in a pinch. And then last but not least, Rob is solid for every single potion. If you are in your Rob form, you are golden. You can't be hit. It's just like the golden ability. Ironically, I was making a joke, but it actually works. And even if you do get splashed, you can still use your Rob ability for most things, even if you are like paralyzed or something like that. So Rob is a top option. Golden is a top option. Phase is a top option. There's a lot of other gloves that help with different potions, but those are going to be the gloves that we highly recommend for you for like all cases with Alchemist. Yeah, there's going to be potions that do affect you here and there, but if you can counter at least 7 out of the 8 of the major potions that can really harm you or really put effects on you, then it's a glove that we're going to highly recommend. But there's also different types of gloves that work for each unique potion, and let's get into those right now. So let's start off with the slow potion. Alright, so with the slow potion, if you get hit, you're slowed, but if you use the default fart blast, you can evade that slow. Technically speaking, if you have stun and you get slowed and they're gonna come after you, you could use the stun to shock them so that they can't reach you, but if they're gonna be using those potions, they're most likely gonna wait for you to not have your ability, so I'm not gonna recommend stun, even though it can work. So the Magnet Glove can also work against the slow potion in like the same sort of fashion as stun. If you get slowed, just use your magnet to zoom over to them and hit them, but I feel like there's better. I feel like the Dream Glove is gonna be perfect against a slow potion. Alright, you've been slowed, just unequip and re-equip your glove and you're good to go right after that. The slowness potion does nothing to you as long as you just unequip and re-equip it. That is going to be the biggest thing you can use. So using the Golden Glove, so if we use the ability, even after we've been splashed, we're good to go. And we're not going to be hit by any sort of slowness while in this, so you are also safe. Golden is going to be your go-to for sure. Cheeky's going to be great here. As soon as you get into the Cheeky Ball form, it resets your speed. Oh, we've been slowed. Just get into the Cheeky Ball form, and I wouldn't immediately get out. I would wait a considerable amount of time before you get out, but once you get into your Cheeky Ball form, you're safe. One thing that'd be interesting to see is, can replica clones be hit by potions? So we have our test subject here. No, they do not. So Replica's not going to be like your perfect counter, but it is something that is a huge deterrence against them because they can't splash them and they might waste their potions on a Replica that might not even be used. So Replica's good, but it's not perfect. So if they throw a slowness potion on you, you can use the Shukuchi glove to attack them. And I think by the time your animation is over, you won't have that slowness effect anymore, but it doesn't guarantee your safety because most of the time when people use this ability, people will camp you and wait for your ability to be done and then they slap you. Woah can be a great deterrent if you are being chased and they throw slowness at you and it hits. If they get close enough to you, just use your ability and push them away. Not a full counter, just more of a good deterrent. Homerun can work. So if you get slowed and you use the home run, you can use that to get rid of the slowness effect. Thor can be a huge deterrent. If you are being chased down, you could obviously use this to send them back. If they slow you, you slow them. This is not a long-term solution. Jebaited doesn't last long enough. Well, let's see actually. So if you get hit and you use Jebaited, you can walk freely, it resets that, but by the time you get back, will you still have that effect? Let's see. So I am back, and the effect is gone, so yeah, okay, Jebaited works. That surprises me, but yeah, Jebaited could work out very well against the slow potion. Will the phase help you out? I know it will protect you beforehand, but after, oh yeah, after will give you a time to either fly away. I think you still might have the effect. Nope, it removes the effect, so you're perfect. And you can't be hit with the potions while in the permeable, so you're good to go. If you have a slap with rage, can you escape? So, if we activate Rage, absolutely, Rage will be a great thing, but the problem with Rage is you must have somebody slapped prior. Hybrid should be very good, because you could swap to the speed effect. Oh, we've been splashed, just swap over to the speed. You're good to go. A good deterrent against the slowness, if they do throw one at you, just pop the Slapple tree and stay up there until the effect wears out, but not the best, just can work. Will the Dominance reset your speed? Dominance will reset the speed. Oh, interesting. So the Charge Glove is going to be another fantastic option that you can use, but you're going to have to use this sort of defensive-wise. You can't be offensive with this if you know you're going against an Alchemist that has slowness. So if you splash, or if you get splashed, just use the ability, oh, after you're still slowed, but you can use it to either escape or target them until this effect is gone. So it's about 50-50. So if you want to keep yourself safe against the Alchemist, as long as they don't have a lethal potion, Elude's going to be your go-to because they can't slap you. So with Fish, will this reset your speed? If not, it's still a great glove to kind of escape with. Ah, we're slowed. Just fling yourself out of there. I think you'll still be slowed, but it's going to take them quite a bit to catch up. By the time they do, yeah, you might have to fight, but you also have your fling again, and by that time, you're good to go. So, Fish can work, but it's going to be real tight. A thing to test real fast is, can potions be used against another user who has been voodoo dolled? We've got our test subject, and if they get hit, they are indeed slowed. Oh, that's crazy. So if you wanted to have a really fun combination, you could use the voodoo possession ability and the Alchemist to clone somebody and then throw a potion at that little voodoo doll. So the Sparky is going to help against this slow. With Sparky, you're going to have to make sure after you've been slowed, you have to hit the person, because if you just activate your ability immediately, they're going to be able to catch you, no doubt. So you're going to have to hit them at least once in order to get away. But yeah, you for sure can use this to get your speed back. Can you use Psycho's telekinesis jump? Ooh, we get a little speed boost, but you still have it after. But the good thing is you can continue to fly away with this because your telekinesis jump takes so short to get back. So I do like Psycho against the slowness potion. What happens with Rob? So if you're using Rob and you get hit prior to it, I don't have a glove, by the way, and you're slowed, if you use the Rob effect, it removes it. So that's a W. And we cannot be slowed by any of the potions. So Rhythm, if you hit a note, does it reset your speed? Yep, using the Rhythm Glove, hitting one note will reset your speed. Retro just all around has really great defenses with the Band Hammer, and you can escape even if you're slowed with the bomb use, so Retro we can recommend. Those are going to be the gloves that we recommend against the slow potion itself. So the next potion on our list is going to be the Lethal Potion. That is what we're going to have to counter here, and it's not going to have as many counters as the Speed did, or the Slow Potion, sorry. I forgot there's also a Speed Potion. So the first set of gloves that are going to protect you against a Lethal Potion are going to be the rocks. Diamond, Mega Rock, Custom, all of these, if you are inside a rock, you are good to go. You are not dying to a lethal potion at all, and you can always get out right after it's done and go after it again. The next glove that will counter perfectly against the lethal potion is going to be the golden ability, but you have to have it active. Alright, so with the ability active, if they try to throw lethal, we are perfectly safe and sound in our golden ability. Unless we jump off an edge, then you're not safe. Does the Guardian Angel save your friend from being hit by a lethal potion? Oh, Guardian Angel saves against the potions. Nice. The Phase Glove is definitely going to keep you safe against the lethal potion. I don't think you can get hit by any of the potions while in phase mode. Nope. Good to go. Good to go. Nice. And then the last glove that is going to counter the lethal potion is going to be Rob. If we go into Rob form, we can see that no potion is going to be able to hit us, and we are good to go. Rob is a fantastic glove, and we highly recommend it against Alchemist users. And those are going to be the only gloves that can counter the lethal potion. The next potion that we're going to have to counter, the Explosion Potion. So the first set of gloves that are going to help you against the Explosion Potions are, of course, going to be the rocks. You cannot be hit while in a rock form, so any of these, the Custom, the Diamond, and the Mega Rock, all are going to be perfect for you. If they go to try to throw an explosion at you, you're in a rock. Magnet's going to be a great option against an explosion potion because as soon as you get exploded, just magnet back. Oh no, here comes the explosion potion! Ah! And then just, go back. Well, You know, I needed to cook, so I'm back here, but yeah, it works. We've already established that golden is going to protect you against all of the gloves that happen, so if you have the golden ability activated, it will protect you against the explosion potion and you won't take any knockback, but if it's not activated, you will get hit with that knockback. Now, if you have the cheeky activated, I think you take a reduced knockback, but if it's not activated, you're flying. Yeah, you take reduced knockback with Cheeky activated. So I skipped over Thanos at the beginning, but you can use the Adios Thanos and Recall gloves if you do get hit off of the map. You can use this to save yourself. Those work, but I feel like there's better options. Guardian Angel will save your friend if they're flying off, but not you. The Glove the Legend phase. Of course, this will save you from it. You can't be hit by it. You're the Purple Heart. Now we have the Jupiter Glove, and of course, Jupiter is going to help you against reduction of knockback. Oh, you don't go as far as they do, which is good, but you still travel quite a distance, I'm not gonna lie to you. So it should work the same way with Hybrid with the yellow mode on it. So as long as you have that ability above your head, you should be good to go. Even if you get exploded, you still have that reduction. You don't even need the glove out. Yeah, you definitely don't go as far as them. Fish is a great glove to use against explosion potions. So if you get hit by the explosion potion, just fling yourself back. No matter where you are, you're gonna have this, and you're just good. Fish is top tier. You could use the kinetic one-time percussive blast as like the, I always forget the name of this. The tab glitch, that's what it is. I don't know why I forget that so much. But yeah, we get hit by the explosion. Just use your percussive blast and you're good. You just have to be on top of the ball with it. And of course, we're back to the savior glove of this series, Rob. Alright, as a Rob user, yeah, you're not getting hit by any of these explosions. Not until you're out of explosion, or not until you're out of Rob form, and you're good to go after that. And those are going to be our counters for the explosion potion. The next potion we have here to counter is going to be the invincibility potion. So because it's an invincibility potion, we're looking for gloves that can affect it and go after this user that is invincible. We're not going to be really looking for defensive gloves like the rocks, which would work, but it's defensive, so you're going to be doing nothing. So one of the ways that you can remove an invincible user is baiting them towards the edge with the swapper. This really won't work against an experienced slapper if they know what you're doing and they know what glove you have, but if you can catch them off guard, oh yeah, swapper can 100% work. So if you know the alchemist is chasing you down, all you're gonna have to do is just hover the edge and then swap. It won't work over and over and over again. This might work once or twice, but as soon as they realize what you're doing, they're gonna kind of counter you. So this is short term, but it can work against those invincible potion users. Next thing is you can push them. So we have ourselves invincible people right here. We are just gonna use the pusher and push them away. Now you're gonna have to make sure you angle it better so that they actually fly off the edge, because if you do it in the center, they can pretty much run to the side of the stone wall and not have to worry. So make sure when you are fighting them, kind of drag them towards an edge if you possibly can, and then use your wall and try to push them off in that sense. That will be a very good course against invincible users. So you could definitely throw a rock at them, but this isn't gonna do anything to them. This isn't gonna put them in a diamond rock. This is just gonna be the thing that people were using against spectators back in the day. So invincible, and if we were to throw a rock at them, it just kind of shifts them and throws them. So you can end up killing them that way, but it's very hit or miss. It's just something that you could do to kind of troll them while they're invincible. Will Homerun do anything? I doubt it. Invincible, and if we go for the swing... Nothing. Why did that take so long? If they aren't paying attention, you could use the cloud glove to abduct them and then just hover over the edge and kind of see either you jump off the edge and make the cloud despawn, or you make them jump off. Either or, it works if you can catch them lacking. Interesting enough, can they drive your Rattlebones? They can. They can steal your Larry. Yeah, that's funny. Look, it won't blow up on me. Fast Rolo said that the table flip works. Ooh. Invincible and invincible. But when there's a table flip present, it kind of shoves them. So that's like the Rocky, and it's like the pusher. So to counter them throwing potions at you, you can use the boogie and kind of dance around it and be good. But you have to make sure you kind of keep an eye on them, but you're not going to be able to attack them, which is the bad part. But yeah, those are the gloves. Basically, what the invincibility potion is it's like the spectator that we've been used to for years on end here is now in that potion. So the previous things that would troll them work like that. So there's no real glove that will go and immediately erase these users. You're going to have to wait for them to throw out a glove. But if they're not going to pull out a glove and they're going to spam potions, then you're going to have to take measures into your own hands by either using a pusher on them, using Rocky on them, or even rolling into them with Cheeky. But that's it. That is the only things that we can really recommend for that potion. The next potion that we're going to counter is going to be the freeze potion. The first counter, of course, is going to be golden. You cannot be slapped. So if you get hit, you could definitely use the golden to kind of escape, or you could use it to not get hit at all. So golden's perfect. So if you get frozen, what happens if you use defense? Oh, we've been frozen, but you could use the defense to push them back so that they can't slap you. So by the time that you get out of your frozen mark, you're good, but they can still throw it in there and you can still end up getting slapped. So you have to be very careful on where they're at and where they're throwing it. So defense in that scenario can work, but is it something that I would personally use against that? No, not at all. Adios could work out great, so we get hit with ice. Just pop Adios immediately. When you relocate, you won't have that ice on you anymore. So Adios is great. If you end up getting frozen, you can definitely use the Thor glove while in that ice block to cast down Thor. We're an ice block, but we can still use this ability to keep them and push them away from us so that we can get back to normal pretty fast. So in this scenario, what happens with phase? If you have it activated beforehand, the freeze potion won't freeze you. But what happens if you're already frozen? You can use permeable to keep yourself safe. You can't be slapped, and by the time you're out of the ice block, you can move. I love phase for this. If they're only going to throw freeze potions at you, Elude works great, but at the same time, they can still push you off the edge, so it's not fully viable. But what is fully viable is going to be fish. Just be careful, because I think you still slide. So if you end up getting frozen, just fling yourself, but again, be very careful where you go, because you'll end up flying off the edge. So fish can still work, but this would ultimately be for after you get slapped. So if you're flying off the edge, then use fish. Don't just use it in the center. If you're frozen, can you pop Boogie? You can. Yeah, a frozen disco. Yeah. So this works. You're just gonna have to watch out for the people that have like explosions with freezes and stuff like that, because they can definitely combo them up. Can you use the Rob ability while you're frozen? You can indeed use Rob while in that ice block form. So that will keep you safe. Even if you are in that ice block, you can use it to save yourself. You'll still be frozen for a little bit, but you can escape without, you know, fearing of death. So the retro glove can be a really good deterrent against that. If you get turned into an ice block, you get to just take the band hammer. If they decide to get anywhere near you, you could just use the band hammer and send them away. So you could use the bomb to kind of fling yourself forward, but be careful as you will end up sliding. So I really wouldn't do that if you're near an edge. And those are going to be the gloves that we recommend to you to counter the freeze potion. So the next potion that we're going to counter here is going to be the power potion. You can use the magnet to save yourself after you get hit. Just magnet right back to them. You're going to have to be swinging the entire time, because if they hit you again, you're not going to have your ability and you're going to be gone. If you see them consume a power potion, pop your golden ability and then go after them. But as soon as your ability's done, they will still have their power for a couple more seconds. You can hide in your defense, but that's definitely not an option I would use. You could use the reverse. If you see them consume a power potion, start a fight with them, and then as soon as you let them get close enough, use your reverse ability, they're gonna smack you, and then they're gonna fly way, way far away. Also, if you see them go into their power ability, use Shukuchi, get them in an animation. Waste that time. Blocked is perfect, but if they start crafting more potions, which they eventually will, then this won't work, because this is only gonna work against their base slap. Same thing with buddies. Any glove that you're good with that can deter a power potion from getting to you, so you could even use like the glitch, just waste their power potion time. That's all that really is with the power potion. You're just avoiding a really deadly slap. That's about it. I'm not going to point them all out because it's just a base slap that you're avoiding with the power potion. The next potion that we're going to counter though is going to be the paralyzing potion. If you're already sleeping, can you get up? Let's see. Yeah, oh, okay, Z's counters. Testing Z's the entire day, and I knew it was gonna do one of them, so Z's counters the paralyzing potion. That's great. Stun the stun user! No, all seriousness, if you save your stun, if they paralyze you, you could just paralyze them with the stun EMP. If you've been paralyzed, what happens if you go into cheeky form? If you've been paralyzed, don't use cheeky. It will break your character. It won't activate, but it activates something, and now I'm stuck. So don't activate cheeky if you are paralyzed, as it does not have a good term. But what if you were already in Cheeky Ball form? What happens then? You are safe. Okay, so as long as you're in Cheeky Ball form, you're good to go. So out of the trio of gloves, will Adios save you? Oh, we've been paralyzed. Time to get out of here. Bye, goober. Adios is huge. So if you have them blocked beforehand, before you get paralyzed, yeah, they won't be able to slap you. But if they have other potions, like an explosion potion, they're gonna throw that at you. So if they paralyze you, can you paralyze them with thunder? Yep, even on the ground. You can still use it. It kind of does a little something to your character, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what's going on, but it does push them back far enough with a speed reduction to where you can get up. If you've been paralyzed, you can cast the bus on them and catch them off guard sleeping. If they're using the paralysis, Elude will keep you safe, but if they have like an explosion or a lethal, you're not safe as an Elude. But fish is gonna be big here. Fish is gonna be the key against paralysis. No, JK. We're good to go. You're still a little paralyzed, but you get up pretty fast, so fish W. If you've been paralysis, can you call out a boogie to save yourself? We've been slept! Everybody party! Ah, they're dancing on me! Oh my god! What just happened there? Boogie's definitely gonna be a great option if you're sleeping on the ground. So if you're in paralysis, can you go into Rob form and be safe until you get up? Yep, you can definitely go into Rob form and be safe. Now, you won't get up immediately, but at least you're not going to be slapped, and you have the off chance to consume somebody, but yeah, you're good to go. Can you use the retro bomb ability? Oh, we've been paralyzed. Gotta go! You go straight up. That's hilarious. And even if they get close to you again, just keep using it. I love that. I love Retro for that. Retro might be my favorite. So besides that goofy little ragdoll moment that you had, you could also use the band hammer to keep them away from you, or you could also use the rocket launcher in some way, shape, or form, but definitely the band hammer and the bomb are going to be useful if you've been paralyzed. And those are going to be all the gloves that we recommend for the paralyzing potion. Now we only have one potion left to counter. So confusion is our last potion to counter. So first things first, if they are going to use a confusion potion against you, if you can get into a rock, you're fine. Even after they hit you, you can still get into rock form and be good to go. What the dog doing? The dog is getting inside of a rock. That's what the dog is doing. The dog needs to stay safe. Okay, do rocks remove the confusion effect? That would be wild if they do. What the dog doing? What the dog doing for real? Wow, it removes it. In a stunning turn of events, didn't see this happening. The rocks actually remove that effect on you. Whether you use diamond, mag rock, or custom, all three will remove that ability and the confusion effect from you. That's insane. Those might be the best for this. If you've been confused and you're flying off an edge, Thanos, Recall, and Adios can work, but we're looking for better. You could stun them to keep them away from you while you are in that what the dog doing form, but they know when you have your ability, so this isn't super viable. You can use Magnet to speed dash to them and hit them, but confusion's not really a super worry. So with Golden, what the dog doing? So if we use this, we're still confused, but we're at least safe. Like 75% counter, 25% not. So if you have a Shukuchi and you get hit by confusion and you don't know how to maneuver, you could just use your ability on Shukuchi and go target someone and wait for that effect to go over while you're in an animation. That can work. The confusion, I'm skipping a lot of gloves here because if you know what confusion is, you really ultimately don't have to worry about it. I'm just looking for things that kind of nullify it. So I'm gonna pass up like Excavator, even though it works to save you if you just wait for your confusion effect to go away. Thor could work to push them away while you have that effect and you're waiting for it to go away. So I don't know if Phase is going to take away the effect, but it'll definitely keep you safe while you have that confusion effect on you. So we are confused, but at least we're safe and confused. Phase does not last. The confusion lasts longer than Phase, but you can use it to escape and be ready to fight once you get that back. If you're unsure about fighting while confused, you could definitely pop a Slapple tree and hide up in the tree until you figure out what keys you're gonna press. Slapple is a very good option. Confuse them back! You could stick them up in a glitch and run away. This should give you enough time to get off of the effect by the time they hit the ground. You'll still be a little bit confused, but if you ran away, by the time you get back, you'll be good. Or by the time you meet again. Elude's perfect for this scenario, because even if they hit you with confusion, they still can't slap you. They're still gonna need to throw another potion at you. So Elude works great against them. Fish, if you're flying off the edge, if you accidentally got confused and went the wrong way, just make sure you know exactly where you're using Fish. If you're confused and have no idea what you should do, you could definitely drop the Boogie Glove down and you'll be a-okay as long as you start to figure it out. You're not going to be able to fully camp in the center for too long because in most scenarios there's gloves that can hit you while you're in a boogie, but definitely can save you in a pinch. You could definitely use Rob if you've been confused to just go into Rob form and kind of like wait it out or, you know, target somebody else, but once you get into that Rob form, you're really not going to be targeted by anything that can get you. What the dog doing? Confused, but at least we are pure and confused. So you're still confused, you still go backwards and stuff, but at least in this phase you're in Rob and can go and try to consume one of them. If you're confused, you can get into a very long animation like Rojo, and by the time you're done with it, you probably only have like a second or two left, but at the same time, you're probably going to be camped, so careful. And there's all different gloves, like Retro, Extended, a huge arsenal of gloves here that you can use against confusion because you're not really being inhibited besides your keys being reversed. That's about it. So against a normal slap, any glove of your favorite choice is going to be okay. You could also use Alchemist against any one of these potions and have a potion war. And that is gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you everybody who came around and helped. Viewer was here for a while but had to leave during it, so shout out to you, viewer. Shout out to Bio, shout out to Kryptonol, Jaden, and Andrew. Thank you so much for being here and testing these out and gathering all these potions. Huge clutch moments from them. I appreciate you all so much. Let me know which counter of which potion surprised you the most. If you want to leave a list, let me know what your favorite counter of each of these little potions you liked the best and which ones that surprised you the most. The Z's one, that counter paralyzing, was hilarious to me. Reverse not countering a single thing blew my mind. That was the biggest thing that blew my mind. But let me know what was your favorite, what was not your favorite, what is going to be your go-to glove against them. There's so many different options, but I would love to see what your input is in the comment section below. Other than that, I hope that every single one of you have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you do end up watching this video, and I shall see you in the next one. Later!